Treyarch just dropped the patch notes for Season 3 of Black Ops 6 Zombies, and we've got a lot to break down, including exclusive new details from Treyarch themselves about the Shattered Veil, as well as changes to camo challenges, fixes to Light Mend and Tesla Storm. So let's just dive right in. Alright, so here we are with the patch notes for Season 3 of Black Ops 6 Zombies. We're going to dive into everything. You can see here we've got the sort of gist of what's new coming, and then we'll break down all of the gameplay things. And as an extra tidbit, I was very lucky to be part of a creator call where Kevin Drew from Treyarch was speaking about Shattered Veil, and there was a big Q&A amongst other creators for multiplayer and Warzone. There's an additional bit of Zombies info that isn't in these patch notes. It's not game breaking by any means, but it is some cool extra details, so be sure to stick around so you don't miss out on that. I'm really grateful to be part of that, and got to ask a question about side Easter eggs, so very important. We'll touch on that in a moment. But diving into the patch notes, we can see lots of stuff about Shattered Veil, the new map. Director mode, they addressed an issue there, and Tomb, they addressed quite a few issues which you may have ran into. And then of course for modes, if you weren't aware, Season 3 we're getting Team Cranked, which is a new version of Cranked where it's more squad orientated, which is really cool. And there's also a reward if you survive past round 50 on each of the maps in this game mode, including a custom selection of 6 GobbleGums per map, plus 15,000 XP per map. So we're diving into Wonder Weapon, so we get a bit more context on the Ray Gun Mark II and its variants. So they emphasize that this was recovered from the Dark Ether by Project Janus. So this is really awesome bit of like story lore intel, the fact that this is where it came from, the Dark Ether. And we know that has 3 unique variants. We've got the Ray Gun Mark II W, P, and R, where the W offers similar bullet patterns to a submachine gun, and this also has a random chance to ignite enemies. The Mark P is like a shotgun. A Mark R drops zombies with a marksman rifle like discharge. So on the creator call, Kevin explained more that these were going to be variants that transform the ray gun into a completely different weapon class. So that's what the patch notes reflect, with a submachine gun like Mark II, a shotgun Mark II, and a marksman rifle like Mark II. I don't know if that means it will visually change its shape to match the weapon type that it's sounding like. If that is the case, that'd be absolutely awesome. We did get some confirmation in how we get the Ray Gun Mark II and its variants. So confirmed that the Ray Gun Mark II is going to be in the mystery box. So just the standard version of the Mark II is going to be in the mystery box. If that means that's the only way to get it, I have absolutely no idea. I would assume that there would also be some sort of quest for you to get a free one guaranteed, a bit like the Ice Staff, a bit like Beam Smasher from Terminus. But again, that's just me expecting it. I don't know for 100%, but you can get the Mark II out the box, which is great. The variants you can only get from doing the quests, and it says here, provided you've redacted, you can experiment with an additional 3 variants. No idea what that means, but another confirmation we got from the creator call, which is awesome. And I believe that someone asked this question. I think it might have been, I think Chopper asked the question, but then Kevin Drew just randomly just mentioned it because it was mentioned within the creator call and on that specific slide. But the Mark II will be available in the mystery box on all previous Black Ops 6 Zombies maps in the mid-season. So for now, Shattered Veil will be the only map that we can use the Mark II on, but when that mid-season update rolls around, it will be added to the mystery box on all maps, which is exactly what we saw with Black Ops 2 Zombies and what we saw with Black Ops 4 Zombies. It's a weird pattern. Every other Black Ops Zombies game, and a DLC 3 for that matter, the Ray Gun Mark II has reappeared. So that's really good news to see. So yeah, Mark II will be in the box on all maps in the mid-season update. We go down a little bit further, we can see we've got the Wunderwaffe DG-2, and Kevin said, yo, we're bringing back the Ray Gun Mark II, and we showed you the Wunderwaffe in the intro cinematic for Liberty Falls within the mansion. How could we not also bring the Wunderwaffe DG-2? So there we go, Wunderwaffe DG-2 as well. No idea if it's a quest or in the box. No one asked that. We didn't get any clarification on that. I'd assume it might be the box. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Then Ray Gun, they addressed an issue where the Ray Gun would not automatically reload when emptying magazine ammo. Then we've got a bunch of details about Double Tap, the brand new perk. And Kevin was really excited to bring Double Tap back after all these years. Did say it's a bit more like Double Tap 1.0 than it is 2.0. And if you've seen any of the augments, and I've dived into these augments in a lot more detail, compared the versions of Double Tap 1 and 2 throughout the years. If you missed that video from a few days ago, it will be appearing above there. I advise you to click that after this video, though. I'll remind you, it's a really good video. I really enjoyed making that, diving into some of the intricacies of the new version of Double Tap. But there are some things broken in Black Ops 6 Zombies that Treyarch have addressed and fixed. So the first is light mend ammo mod. There are 2 augments that are broken currently, and they've been fixed. So for dual action, they've addressed an issue where consuming a healing glyph would not temporarily allow the player to heal faster. Obviously, that is a bug, not intentional. That's now fixed. And antibiotic addressed an issue where healing glyphs would not damage enemies that touch it. Again, that's kind of a big issue. They have now fixed that as well. Not sure how they got broken in the first place, but Treyarch were aware of it. They were on it, and it's now fixed. And for Tesla Storm, there are 2 field upgrade augments that have been adjusted as well. So overclock, they've addressed an issue where activating Tesla Storm would not increase the player's movement speed. That's quite bad, but that is now fixed. And Liam charged, addressed an issue where the extended duration would apply to all players activating Tesla Storm if at least one player had it equipped. So there you go. Then on topic of GobbleGums, addressed an issue where players weren't able to use the GobbleGums in their pack after entering a prestige. You came across that problem, now fixed. Power-ups, max ammo, they've addressed an issue that prevented the max ammo power-up from refilling ammo for players that are using a mutant injection. And then for Mangler, they've actually addressed an issue where Manglers could attack the player with their cannon from outside playable space. So if that ever happened to you, that's now fixed. They should not be able to do that, which is great. Now, if we scroll down, this is going to be very cool if you've not yet got Nebula. If you have, this is going to be a little bit frustrating, but I hope it means that Treyarch are going to look at this in the future. But if we go to challenges, you'll see that the GS45 camos and the LR762 camos have had the requirement change to eliminations instead of critical kills due to these weapons becoming explosive after being pack-a-punch. So up until now, if you wanted to get critical kills with these weapons, you could not pack-a-punch them because they became explosive. Thankfully, Treyarch have now realized that, changed it to eliminations. I can understand the frustration if you're watching and you're like, I have literally grinded these and gone through the pain of getting critical kills when like they're normally impossible to do pack-a-punch, and now they've changed it to elims. So now it's a lot easier to get the final camos to then go on and do the rest of the military camos for these 2 weapons. So a W if you haven't done it yet. It's now a lot easier. If you have gone through the pain of doing it the hard way, I'm sorry, but at least Treyarch now recognize that was really unfair. And when it comes to a few other challenges for Titan Felling, which is elite kills with shotguns, they now allow special zombie kills to progress the challenge, so you don't have to spawn in an elite anymore. That's really good. Perfectly charged for killing special zombies with Molotovs, they now allow thermobaric grenades to progress the challenge. And for stalking prey, which is while inside smoke from a smoke grenade, kill zombies with melee weapons, they've now removed the melee weapon requirement so all weapons can progress the challenge. And I think this was absolutely needed because when you're in a smoke grenade, the zombies literally do not see you. They are not attracted to you. They don't even know you're there. How are you supposed to get melee kills, right? So that makes a lot more sense now. So you can now progress that without needing to actually use melee weapons. So if you've been doing that, that's also going to be a little bit of a kicker if you've done that the hard way. Then going into UI, there is just a bunch of issues that they've addressed. So I'm not going to read all of them, but you can just see going down the list there, quite a few important ones have been addressed and fixed, which is really, really good. So just like an equipped ammo mod being hidden behind a support streak when using akimbo weapons. So I've noticed so many times, I'm like, did I even get an ammo mod for this weapon? Turns out I did, but it was just hidden. A ton of other stuff, like the mutant injection HUD displayed during a cutscene, that's now fixed. Issued a issue where a ping on the mystery box will stay off, it changes location, and corrected some typos. If you know what those typos, then you are an absolutely 500 IQ person, because I have no idea. And then for graphics, they've addressed a few issues there in zombies. So when using the timeout gobblegum while a white flash occurs, could leave the screen white. Address an issue with visuals during the gold armor side quest on the tomb. Just an issue where the ray gun would be misaligned with players' hands when in third person supine, and a bunch of other things. Well as audio, address an issue where no sound effects played when interacting with the bottom row of keys on the keypad in Terminus, and address various stability issues. That's all of the patch notes, but remember I did say there was one big thing that I also got from Treyarch when it comes to the side Easter egg content within the Shattered Veil map, which is coming in just 2 days' time. I asked the question, what zombies map is comparable in terms of the amount of side Easter eggs to what we can expect in Shattered Veil? You know, are we going to have a level with like Terminus where there was like an insane amount? Are we going to see like Liberty Falls, which was also quite a big amount? Citadel, where it was a decent amount, but nowhere near as much as Terminus, and then the Tomb, which was probably like a little bit lower. And Kevin replied saying that Citadel Day More is the most comparable map in terms of the amount of side Easter egg content on the map. So remember correctly, there might have been like 20, 25 side Easter eggs, probably somewhere in that number. I might be wrong, but that's a very good amount of side Easter eggs. Obviously not as crazy as the sheer amount from Terminus, but still really, really good to see and really, really exciting stuff. And the last thing I have for you guys is the actual description of the map that was shared during the presentation. I took down some notes. And this map, the official map description is: following the events of the tomb, the team returns to Liberty Falls with the Sentinel Artifact in hand. Their goal: rescue Agent Maxis from the Dark Ether and confront Richtofen. Finally, the crew meets S.A.M face to face. Confront Richtofen, that's something new. I don't think we've had that before in the marketing, so that's really exciting. It makes it almost sound like we will actually see Richtofen in this map, because the trailer made it sound like a bit of a radio log, maybe, of what he's left. I don't know if that was him like talking to the characters live whilst he was in the Dark Ether, but confronting Richtofen, that sounds very exciting. And it just sounds like there's just a lot of stuff that's going to be leading into this map on all fronts, from gameplay, storyline, cinematic, Easter eggs. I'm really, really excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. If you want to see that double tap video, like I mentioned, it will be appearing on your screen right about now. And my next upload will be the live stream Easter egg hunt for the Shattered Veil on Wednesday. It's coming out at 5 p.m. UK time, which is 9 a.m. Pacific time, midday Eastern. So make sure you have the bell ticked, subscribe so you don't miss that live stream. You can be the first people in there, and hopefully we'll get a world's first on that Easter egg hunt. I can't wait to see you there. Check out that double tap video right there. Let me know your thoughts on the patch notes down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you for another video very, very soon.